Good day, my creepies, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, I am ReAnimateHer, your queen of scream. And if you enjoy all things horror, from reactions, discussions, and video games, then you have found your horror home. Today, we're howling at the moon and diving into underrated werewolf movies that didn't get nearly the love they deserve. Werewolves have prowled the shadows of horror cinema for decades, but some films slip through the cracks, overshadowed by bigger blockbusters or just ignored by mainstream audiences. But fear not, we're here to shine the blood-red spotlight on 3 must-watch werewolf flicks. So grab your silver bullets and let's get into it. By the way, if you want, check out the description to find out where you can find these werewolf flicks. Also, if you enjoy underrated horror films, you might want to check out my underrated horror villains or underrated final girls here, there, somewhere on this channel. I need to give a huge thank you to the Haunted Circle. These group of people right here help support this channel and keep horror alive here. So thank you very much for being a part of the Haunted Circle. All right, let's jump into this. But I do want to talk about why so many great werewolf movies fly under the radar. Unlike vampires and zombies, which have enjoyed endless reinventions, werewolves often get boxed into an outdated trope. It's super sad, but lately we have been getting some really cool legend and mythos on werewolves, and I'm here for it. So sometimes it's marketing, studios don't push these films enough, which happens a lot. Other times they get drowned out by bigger horror trends like supernatural or slashers. And let's be real, practical werewolf effects are very expensive, and when they don't hit right, audiences can be brutal. I know I can. You're gonna give me werewolf, I want practical effects. I do not want CGI like Van Helsing. But the ones we're gonna discuss today, they've nailed it. So let's sink our teeth in. First, we have Were, a 2013 horror thriller that puts a unique spin on the werewolf mythos. Instead of the usual supernatural approach, this film leans into a more realistic horror, exploring the idea of a medical condition that could explain lycanthropy. Very interesting.
Oh, what a good boy. What's he doing?
Peter, stay close to your dad.
An American man and his young son were brutally killed last night.
There is no factual evidence to indicate anything more than an animal attack.
At 1452, we apprehended the suspect.
The man accused of these crimes, one Talon Gwynnick.
He had hair all over his hands. They were huge. He was tearing my boy to pieces.
He's my client. I'm defending him.
There's a very rare disease called porphyria. And the symptoms include excessive body hair, joint pain, muscle weakness.
People that have this can barely move. It will prove that you were not capable of committing these crimes.
The story follows a defense attorney investigating a man accused of a brutal family massacre in France. As the case unfolds, it becomes clear that something far more primal is at play. The film is a slow burn, but once it hits its stride, it delivers some of the most brutal and grounded werewolf horror in recent years. And if you like horror that blurs the line between science and the supernatural, Were is a must-watch. Now, let's talk about The Wolf of Snow Hollow. This one flew under the radar in 2020, but trust me, it's an absolute gem. Imagine Fargo meets American Werewolf in London, but with way more paranoia.
We have every reason to believe that this monster will show up again tonight.
I'm John, I'm an alcoholic. I've been in the program now for 6 years, sober for 3.
This is scary. It's new. I never saw a body like that.
There's gonna be a lot of late nights and overtime because of the brutal murder that happened in town. And I didn't want to set up expectations that I can't keep.
Our expectations of you are very low.
Spans of the bites were gigantic, same as the distance of the paw prints.
It's a wolf. Or maybe it's a werewolf. No, let me just make this perfectly clear. There is no such thing as werewolves.
It's a darkly comedic yet genuinely scary film about a small town cop trying to solve a string of gruesome murders. But what really makes it shine is how it blends horror with character drama. Our protagonist is battling inner demons just as much as the beast outside. The fun film. If you love horror with a sharp dialogue and unexpected depth, The Wolf of Snow Hollow is for you. Definitely go and check it out. All right, shameless promo. If you love horror as much as I do, consider joining the Haunted Circle. As a member, you'll get exclusive perks like early access to videos, behind-the-scenes content, and special horror discussions. So click that join button below and become a part of the Haunted Circle. Okay. Now, rounding out our list is a movie called Wolfkin, a psychological horror film that gives us a fresh take on werewolf mythos. The 2022 indie flick flew way under the radar, but it's an eerie slow burn that deserves your attention.
Il est où mon fils? Votre Martin a griffé la petite Lara, puis il s'est réfugié là-dedans.
T'arrêtes ton fils. Ferme bien ta gueule.
Et vous êtes fous tous les deux!
Pourquoi t'as mordu Sam?
On est venu ici.
Je voulais t'emmener voir tes grands-parents.
Votre venue nous enchante.
Pourquoi avoir attendu si longtemps?
Nous sommes une très ancienne famille de chasseurs.
Zusammengehangen.
Sean? Oh.
De Norden feiern wir all. Eiskommunion.
I just watched this one, and it's an absolute favorite of mine. What sets Wolfkin apart is the focus on family horror. Instead of your usual werewolf rampage, we get a chilling story about a mother who realized her child is changing. It's more art house horror than traditional monster movie, but if you love atmospheric dread, this one is definitely for you. This one's on Shudder. You can check it out. And well, that's it. Part 1 of our underrated werewolf movies. Have you seen any of these, or do you have your own hidden gems to recommend? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this, be sure to hit that like, that subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a scream. And share this video with your friends. If you enjoyed it this much, please share. I know. But thank you again for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts if you've seen any of these films that we just talked about today, or your own that you would like me to talk about. Until next time, stay spooky, my creepies, and I will slash yous all later. Bye.